Welcome, everybody. This is our 2021 United Way campaign training for employee campaign coordinators. Thanks for being with us as we start this off, this campaign year off. Hopefully it will be better than last year's campaign. We'll be able to see each other a little bit more and be together a little bit more. I think that might be nice. I'm Alan Jones. I'm Relationship Manager and Ogle County Director for United Way of Rock River Valley. We'll be joined here in a few moments with Julie Bosma, who is our President and CEO, and also Amber Sanders from Blackhawk Bank. She is our United Way campaign chair for the 2021 campaign. On the agenda, we'll be hearing from Julie and Amber. Also, we'll talk about ways, the important steps of actually running a United Way campaign, and then the ways, how to run the campaign, then ways to run the campaign. And then we'll have some options and things to talk about a little later on. We'll also take questions. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat box at the bottom. And if we have time, we'll get to those at the end of the time. But first off, we're going to send it off to Julie and Amber. Julie?
Always have to remember to unmute. Hi, everyone. I know I haven't met many of you in person, so just so appreciate you being on here. Just about 8 weeks into my new job, so it's kind of fun to be part of this training. Very excited to be part of United Way and the 100-year history it's had in this community and the great things it's done. So, and you are all part of that. And this is very energizing work. I love being in the human services sector. I've been doing this for 3 decades. So it really means a lot to me. And I personally believe in philanthropy and giving back. Have a deep passion for that. When I was young, I remember doing the walkathons. I don't know if y'all remember that, but so always wanted to give back. So the campaign is just very important. I know in my first job, I started giving to United Way, and it just meant a lot to me. And I think it's so important. It's kind of the backbone of the giving that United Way does is in employers and with employees. We reach people that some of our nonprofits and our human services are not able to reach because of you, because of the work you do. So we can't say thank you enough. And so we just appreciate all the sacrifice you make and the energy you put into this. So a lot of what we do for the United Way we serve Ogle and Winnebago counties. So in Ogle County, we support a lot of organizations, about 17 organizations for about $160,000. And about 1 in 2 people in Ogle County actually is served by a United Way allocation. So we're very proud of that. From hospice work to court support to Girl Scouts to the food pantry, Focus House, Hub City Senior Center, Village of Progress, just a lot of great services down there. And we also do Imagination Library, which is putting books into the hands of kids who are 0 to 5. And right now we serve about 600 kids with that. So that's pretty cool to get a new book every month. And then in Winnebago County, we partner with great organizations, Boys and Girls Club, Carpenter's Place, Rosecrans, YMCA. And we also have our initiative of Move the Middle, where we're working with middle schoolers to ensure that they stay on track with both their attendance, their behavior, their grades, so that they can have a very successful educational career and work towards graduation, which obviously is the ultimate show of success. So, and then also our strong neighborhoods, trying to improve the neighborhoods where these middle schoolers live. So where they live and play is safe for them, and then they can flourish and grow at school as well with Move the Middle. So very proud of all of that. United Way really marshals the resources of the communities that we're in to meet those critical needs in the community and have the largest collective impact. So again, can't thank you guys enough for being part of that. I look forward to meeting a lot of you in person soon. And just again, thank you for that. And I want to introduce Amber Sanders. She is on our board, but she is also, most importantly, an employee of Blackhawk Bank and also our campaign chair this year. So Amber, I'll hand it over to you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Amber Sanders, and I'm the controller at Blackhawk Bank, but I'm also the campaign chair for this year's campaign. So originally I wanted to be a teacher, and I realized that's not where my talents are. I'm really more an accountant, a banker. So That didn't kill my passion though for education and how important that is in our community. So when an opportunity came up to also volunteer for the United Way, in addition to giving my contributions every year, I jumped at the chance because I find the programs of the United Way really align with that, and they're really going to help make our community successful through education with, Imagination Library and Move the Middle. Those are really going to help move our communities forward and be better and stronger, which is what we all want. So thank you so much for taking your time to do all of the coordination at your employee sites. It's a big job. It really, really is. And we really, really appreciate it. Luckily, United Way is here. They're along to help you along the way and make it as easy as possible for you. And just know when you get to the end, it's a really rewarding experience. I know when I have a big project to tackle and I get to the end, it just feels really good to have that done. And know that all of the work you're doing is making a huge impact in our community. So we really appreciate it, and good luck this year. Alan, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Amber. Great words. By the way, thank you very much for that. And thank you, Julie, for your words as well. So the question for you ECCs today, what did you get yourself into? That's always a question. For the veterans, you kind of know what's going on. And I think we have a lot of veterans on the line this morning. But for some new ones, well, there's some good information here that I think that will help you and make you more confident. So we'll begin. What are the 10 easy steps for running a campaign for United Way? Number one, pick a date and then tell us about it. A lot of times, we hear, well, we've been running for a couple of weeks or for a couple of days or whatever. Pick a date, let us know when it is so we can help you along as it goes. Make sure, though, you have enough lead time. You can create your messaging and get it out into the workplace. It's not wise to decide on Friday. Yeah, we'll start on Monday. It doesn't give you enough time to really get it out into the workplace, into your fellow employees. So put some thought into that and, really think about when you want the date to run. Make it the most advantageous for you. Now, along with picking a date, make sure you recruit your committee. You can't do this by yourself. You shouldn't do this by yourself. You should get as many people involved with it as you can. And if you can, get people from across the spectrum of the company, from all departments. Do that for two reasons. They help carry the burden. And number two, it also spreads the message of the United Way campaign to those various departments around. So it's not just, okay, the admin while everybody else doesn't know what's happening. So make sure everybody knows what's going on. So you have to have a plan. So what is your plan? What are you going to do? Are you going to approach people? Are you going to have United Way personal presentations? Are you going to use United Way videos or other videos? Special events, who's going to be responsible for all of that? All of that needs to be discussed among your committee. All the responsibilities have to be laid out. So who's in charge? Now, these next two things are very important because it can really lead to the success of the campaign. Get management buy-in. Get your top people involved in the campaign so they know the people in the other departments, well, if the boss thinks it's a good idea, it must be a good idea. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But in this case, it really does, because if you can get the upper management, the leadership involved, get them to write letters, send emails, make video presentations, do anything of that sort, other people will buy in as well, and it'll lead to the success of your campaign. Also, set your goal. Make sure you have an internal goal anyway, so that you know exactly what your goal may be and how it measures up through the course of the campaign. You can use it as a benchmark. Say, we're really close to the campaign, or we're almost to our goal of X number of dollars. We can do this as a team. We can get out there and we can get people to really motivate and get people to give to the campaign. Now, be sure and promote the campaign launch. Make sure everybody knows in the workplace when it's going to be, so there are no questions about what's happening around. Be prepared with campaign information for management meetings, for employee meetings, for even those impromptu one-on-one in the hallway meetings. If someone asks you what's going on, you can say, it's the time for the United Way campaign, and here's what we're doing. And then you can just count them down. Make sure they understand what it is and the importance of their involvement in the campaign as well. And then you have the big day. You have the launch of the campaign. Make it big, make it splashy. Make sure everybody knows. If there's balloons, make sure they knows why they're balloons. If there's donuts and cookies in the break room, make sure there's a big sign that says United Way campaign kickoff. Make sure everybody knows what's going on. And then tied in with that, make it social in two ways. Make it social that everybody is involved, and make it social through these methods. Make it short and sweet. The best campaigns are the short campaigns. They build up intensity. They keep the enthusiasm going for a couple of weeks. And that way it doesn't bog down and it doesn't become monotonous and lose momentum. Because if it goes on for 3 or 4 weeks, then people will say, I'll get to it eventually, no problem. But if they know there's a hard deadline, if they're going to participate, they better do it now because they won't get a chance later on. I know there are some corporations that run corporate-wide campaigns, and it's set in another location, and you follow that rule, that regulation. But in case of local companies, local workplaces, make sure if you're in charge of the campaign, make it short and sweet. Make sure your goals are understood by everybody so that everybody knows exactly what it is you're looking for and whether you can achieve that. And I believe you can achieve that. This one is big. Communicate. Communicate to everybody. Make sure everybody knows what it is. You cannot communicate too much. Make sure you keep everyone connected to the campaign with your committee and the people in your workplace, and even us. Make sure you tell us, communicate with us. Take pictures of your special events, take videos, post them on your social media channels or website or whatever. And then make sure that we understand and we know what you're doing as well. That way everybody can be involved in it. Provide examples of the impact that the donors are making in the community. And if you don't have information or need help with that, we can provide that information. People will give if they know and if they understand what it's going to be used for. And that's an important thing. Now, special events are a very special way to accelerate the success of your campaign. It gets people involved and it gets people willing to give if they're not willing to give on the payroll deduction. If they don't want to give you $2 a pay period for payroll deduction, they'll be more than willing to pay $5 or $10 for a chance at basketball throw, hockey throw pies at the management, whatever it is. They will be more than likely to participate in a special event than they will to payroll deduction. So keep that in mind as well. And as you meet and exceed goals, again, this comes into it, tell everybody, communicate, be creative. It's just another way to keep up the momentum and another way to keep everybody informed on the campaign's progress. Now, here's the special events we were talking about. Whatever it takes, be creative, think outside the box. If it works for you, try it, no matter what it is. If, like the picture, you want to dress up in glittery suits and have everybody dance in the parking lot, that would be fine as long as they pay $5, $10 a piece. Why not? But the big ones and the ones that seem to have the most success are parking spaces, auctions, raffles, anything that involves food. That's always a big one. Chili cook-offs, soups, bake-offs, whatever. Jean days for those places more professional that you can't wear jeans to work very often. You can provide a jeans day. $5, you can wear jeans for the day. And we have Jeans Day stickers that explain to the clients and people that come into the office why you're wearing jeans. Dessert carts, baby picture contest. The Ogle County government last year raffled off a side of beef. They did very well with that. So that, while it may not work in your location, it certainly did work for them. So use that as an idea. Be creative. Do what you think will work best for you. And making, let's see, I got lost. I started talking about the most important thing, make the ask. All of this comes down to this: make the ask. By providing a campaign, you're just providing the opportunity, but you've got to be able to talk to people and actually walk up to them and say, can you give me $5 a pay period? Can you give me $50 a one-time gift? This is why it's important that you give me money for the United Way. And it's a proven fact that the reason most people don't give is because they're never asked. They're never asked directly. So ask directly. Make that the important part right there. Also, make sure you keep track of your campaign success, because not only is that good for your own information, it's also good to pass along. Say we're 50% to our goal. We have to, get it going a little bit. We have to push it a little bit longer. And if you're above your goal, then celebrate your success. Say we're doing great, but we can do better. So remember to monitor and report your progress at all times. And wrapping up the campaign, it's more than just getting to the end of the 2 weeks and saying, okay, we're done. It's not that easy. Kind of, but not that easy. Payroll deduction information has to be given to your HR or your payroll department so that all the paperwork is done and they're on to that. It's a time to be with your committee and thank your committee for all the hard work that they did, because they did help you and they deserve the congratulations and thanks of everybody as well. Make sure you celebrate your success together. Go out for pizza afterwards, or have lunch brought in for the committee so they understand your thanks and your help in getting it all done. And lastly, not only thank your committee, but thank everybody from the top, everybody on down. Everybody who gave $1 to everybody who gave $100, because every donation matters. And if they feel like that they've really given to a good cause and it's recognized, they feel good about it. They're liable to do it next year, maybe even more. So just thank everybody involved. At the end of the campaign, of course, thank your committee, and make sure everyone in the workplace also knows and recognizes that you appreciate the gifts that they've given to United Way and the work that they've gone into it as well. So now that we've run through how to run a campaign, we're going to talk about the ways to run a campaign. And the 3 ways are very common. Number 1, the traditional type. This is the paper pledge. This is the passing it out to the employee, giving them a couple of weeks, getting it back, getting the information, getting it off to HR payroll. This is the traditional way that it's always been done, and it may be the way that works best in your workplace. Another way to look at it, the digital way. We have had ePledge for quite some time, and this is our digital giving platform. There are advantages to ePledge. It's ease of use. It's time effective. It supports multiple giving methods: cash, check, well, not cash, checks, payroll deduction, credit cards. It will do all of that. It's safe, secure, and confidential, and it helps so much in making a campaign work really smooth. And what we need from you, if you want to investigate ePledge, we need a pre-registration file of employees. This includes your start and end dates, employee full names, email addresses, the number of pay periods, so we can get that into the system. And therefore, when you start ePledge, you'll be all set, ready to go. Now, we know ePledge works well in a lot of places. It's been very successful at Field Fasteners in Rockford. Heather Bilodeau has been part of that for a long time. And I just want Heather to talk about that, talk about the ease of ePledge and what it means to your campaign.
Thank you, Alan, for the intro real quick. So yeah, I mean, we've been using the ePledge here at Field since I've been here, and it's coming up on 4 years, coming up in October. I would say the ease of use it's just amazing. Like what I do is I just send Maria a list of emails just so that she knows who needs to be included in the campaign. And then from that point, we tell her like, hey, we're going to have our meeting at this time. Don't send out the invitation, the welcome, to the pledge platform until a certain time. We have a special message created so that she sends out. It actually comes from, it previously came from our president, Jim Deary, but we had shifted it to come from the HR director, Tina. But it's, I mean, just the ease of use is amazing. You know, there's no handling of money. I can pull reports directly out of the e-pledge, pull it right into the Paycor type system that we use. But it's just a matter of a team member going in, logging what they want, whether it be a one-time donation, a biweekly, a pledge of that, you know, of that sort. But I think the best part of it is no paper forms. Like, I don't have to deal with all that extra paper, and I really love the convenience piece of that part. And our team loves it too. So we have team members that are associated with the Rockford team here that are located in different areas within the United States, and they choose to, like, hey, I still want to pledge with your Rockford campaign. They can still do so as well. So it's just, it's amazing, and I recommend it if anybody's on the fence of which way to go.
All right. Well, thanks. Thanks you very much, Heather, for all that. And like you
You're very
said, it does work in some places. It may not work in others, but it's definitely something to investigate if you want to look at that, and especially the confidentiality part of it, and the cost and the time effective part of it as well. And if you have questions about ePledge, you can contact our Director of Pledge Processing, Maria Enciso, at unitedwayrrv.org, and she'll be happy to guide you in the right direction. Now, for the third way, it's pretty simple. It's a combination of the two. It's a traditional campaign. It's also an ePledge campaign. Now, this works in places where it may be in a manufacturing environment, where the office is more computer tied, I suppose you want to call it that. They're able to use the electronic platform a lot better than the folks in the shop, where they're not using computers, at least linked to the internet that much. That can be a more traditional paper pledge campaign, and the guys in the office can use ePledge. So think about that as well. That might be something that works well in your environment. Now, what is missing in all of this? Nothing. We've got it all for you. Go on to the next slide. We'll talk about the campaign toolkit. That's what all of this information is found. We had a question about where the United Way videos are, and they'll be at the campaign toolkit at unitedwayrrv.org/campaign toolkit. So all of our videos will be there. We'll have all of the paper information. We'll have a fillable pledge card, and we have brochures, a lot of information that you can look through and decide what you want to work for your campaign. A lot of it is on the website now, and as things are progressed and produced, that'll be added on as it goes along. So be sure and check back to it periodically, just to make sure that there's not any new information there, and you've got everything you need. And if you have a suggestion or have an idea that would be good for all campaigns, be sure and let us know. We'll make it available on the campaign toolkit as well. And the campaign material, the boxes full of pledge cards, brochures, all that kind of stuff, we're going to be putting that together probably next week. We'll be getting all that to you within the next couple of weeks after that. So you'll have all that material available to you, available during the term prior to your campaign. Also, you're going to take lots of pictures, you're going to take up videos, you're going to talk about it on your social media channels, and we urge you and we ask you to do that, and be sure and tag us along the line at Give United, Live United. Talk about your success, talk about all the things that you've done, talk about all the people that have benefited from your campaign. So think about doing all that. Make sure you put it on your social media channels and give us a shout. Hashtag Give United, Live United. So, and if you have any questions, all you have to do, give us a couple of keystrokes. Alan Jones, Alan J, Alan, the letter J, at unitedwayrrv.org, and Julie Bosma, Julie B, at unitedwayrrv.org as well. So if you have any questions, you want to reach out for any reason, be sure and do that, because we're here for you, and it's a symbiotic relationship. We want to help you, you want to help us, and that's the way it works out. So be sure, if you have any questions or any concerns, drop us a line and we'll be sure and help us out. So that's easy to follow instructions for a campaign. Not a problem. Are there any questions? You guys have anything you need to know? You can speak up, drop us something in the chat box. Okay, then we've done our job. We've told you everything you need to know. You understand all there is to understand, and we certainly appreciate that. And we want to say thank you. We talked about communicating to everybody in your workplace, thanking them, but we want to thank you, because without your help, without your commitment to the United Way, we wouldn't have been able to do all this. It would be very difficult for us to run campaigns at all these different places if there wasn't someone in the workplace to really do the heavy lifting. So know that we appreciate and are very grateful for all the time you put into it. And we thank you for all of that, for sure. And just for registering, I know you guys sent us ideas for food gift cards. We've got those straightened out. We'll get those sent to you probably in the next week. So, go out for lunch on us coming up very soon. And as a reminder, this is being recorded, so we'll send it out to you. You can pass it on to everybody in your committee, anybody else who you think needs to see this. And so with that, if there are no questions, then we want to wish you guys a great day. And again, thank you for everything you've done for United Way of Rock River Valley. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Really
Ellen and
appreciate
Julia.
it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Have a great day.
guys.
Bye-bye.